Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss about the phrasal verbs and vocabulary that can be used in daily life driving experiences, accidents, and adventures. Ever had a weekend getaway that turned into a nightmare? Join us as we explore some unforgettable stories and essential phrasal verbs that every driver should know. From navigating traffic jams to dealing with unexpected detours, we'll cover it all in a fun and relatable way. So buckle up and let's hit the road together, because this ride is just getting started.
How was your weekend, Sarah?
Oh boy, do I have a story for you. David and I decided to head toward the mountains for a little weekend getaway. We set off after work on Friday, but we hit traffic right away. A bus had broken down, blocking almost the entire road.
Ugh, that's the worst.
It took us 2 hours to finally get past the bus. Then, to make things worse, another car cut us off. David got so mad, he sped up, honking and tailgating the guy. I told him to slow down, but of course, he didn't listen.
Let's take a closer look at the phrasal verbs from this conversation. Sarah and David decided to head towards the mountains. To head towards means to go in the direction of a destination. They wanted to get away for the weekend. The word getaway here is a noun that comes from the verb get away, meaning to escape the routine of daily life for a short vacation. They set off early, it means they begin the journey or the trip early. But they got stuck in a traffic jam because a bus had broken down. When a vehicle breaks down, it means it has a mechanical issue and stops working. Later, another car cut them off, meaning it moved quickly and dangerously and overtook in front of their car. This made David angry, so he sped up. To speed up means to increase speed, and the opposite of that is slow down, which means to go slower.
And then, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, we saw flashing lights in the rearview mirror. A police car was signaling us to pull over.
Oh no. David should have listened to you and just chilled out.
I know, right? As soon as David rolled down the window, the officer gave him a ticket for aggressive driving and fined him $200.
What did you do after that?
David was ready to turn around and head home, but I convinced him to keep going. By the time we checked into the hotel, it was nearly midnight.
So much for a relaxing weekend?
Let's take a closer look at the phrasal verbs from this conversation. When the police car signaled them, they were told to pull over, which means to drive to the side of the road and stop. David didn't listen to Sarah when she told him to chill out, relax. When the police approached, David rolled down the car window, meaning to lower the window. David was so frustrated that he wanted to turn around, which means to reverse direction and go back home. But Sarah persuaded him to continue, and they checked into their hotel. Check in and check out are phrasal verbs used when entering and leaving a hotel.
It's not over yet. On the way back, it started raining and the windshield fogged up. Suddenly, David saw debris on the road and swerved to avoid it, but we ended up spinning out and veering off the road into a tree.
That sounds terrifying. Were you guys okay?
Yeah, we were fine, thankfully.
Let's take a closer look at the phrasal verbs from this conversation. While driving home in the rain, the windshield fogged up, meaning it became cloudy because of condensation. Then, David tried to avoid running over debris on the road. Run over means to drive directly over something. Debris means scrap or wreckage of something. Because of the sudden movement and the wet road, the car spun out, meaning it rotated out of control. They also veered off the road, meaning they sharply changed direction, leading to the car crashing into a tree. To crash into something means to hit it with force.
Luckily, we always buckle up, so we weren't hurt, but neither of us had our phones, so we had to flag down another car for help.
What a nightmare. Was your car totaled?
Yeah, it was completely totaled. Hey, could you give me a ride to work tomorrow?
Absolutely. I'll pick you up at 7:30.
Let's take a closer look at the phrasal verbs from this conversation. Sarah and David weren't injured. because they always buckle up, meaning they put on their seatbelts. Since they didn't have their phones, they had to flag down another car, which means to signal a passing vehicle to stop and help. Their car was totaled, meaning it was damaged beyond repair. So, Sarah asked Emily for a ride, and Emily agreed to pick her up, which means to drive her to a specific destination.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.